Good morning, and today we're going to digitize a Gnome design. It's going to have some shading, so you will learn a little bit about how to do some shading on some of your designs. So right now I'm in Embird, and I'm going to go ahead and go into Studio. I've got a 4x4 hoop selected, and I'm going to import an image. This is an image that I had purchased to be able to digitize, so this is the one I'm actually going to use. So one of the first things we do with something like this is we try to build from the back up. So one of the first things to do will obviously be this background color. So let's get started. We're gonna kind of start here and make sure that we go um, a little bit outside of the area, because anything that's above it we want to make sure um, gets filled in. So we're just going to continue to go down. We're not going to do this little area there, but we'll come to just about right here. And the reason we're doing this overlap is so that as it stitches, we want to make sure that everything is covered there. It doesn't have to be like a large overlap, but you do need some. We'll just come on here. Let's get a lot closer. I'm making the changes that I like to make for my underlays. We generate the stitches. I'm going to select the color from, whoops. First we'll select the color from the background. And then color from the catalog. And for this one, we're actually going to be using the Floriani catalog. So we'll have to do the color from the image again. So this is saying Cameo. We will stick with that. We're going to do this little shading right here now. So we will just go ahead and get the outline for this done. Because it's shading, I'm taking off all of the underlay, and I'm going to change the density to this to be 6. I'm going to put my endpoint right here, right click on it and do place fill endpoint right here, generate my stitches. I'm going to check or get the color from the image, and then again try to assign the color from the catalog. So we will go with the light mulberry. That's fine. Next we're going to do this darker color right here, and we're going to pretty much follow along exactly kind of the way it is. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we want it fairly close. Just bebop around. I know this is where I'm going to want my endpoint, so I'll just go ahead and put it there. Just keep going around. Again, take off the underlay. Change the density to be 6. Generate the stitches. Still showing some underlay. Color from the image, and then we will actually assign it a color now. And we will go with the dark mulberry. And as you can see, this is how the shading is going to start looking. So we will continue on. Next, I'm going to do the nose because the hairs would be like kind of covering the nose a little bit. So let's just go ahead and get the nose done. I'm only going to do one color on the nose. I'm not going to shade it. I'm going to make this a 90-degree angle. Make that 0. Color from the background or from the image. Color from the catalog. I'm going to go with the light peach. And now we can start on the hair. So with the hair, I'm just going to follow it along. Try to do it fairly quickly, so it's not going to be perfect. I'm going to angle this, say down 10. I can get it there. Generate my stitches. I know exactly what color I want this to be, so I'm not even going to worry with the background image. I want ice cap. It's their kind of ultra bright white. It's a very pretty white. So there that is. We'll go ahead and do the other side. Remember to leave that little bit of an overlap. I'm going to exaggerate some of this a little bit. Finish this off. Now since I did the other one with a -10, this one to get the same angle, I'm going to make it a -170. That way it'll be pointing back the exact same angle, just in the opposite direction that the other was. Now, one of the things that you can do, if you know that you want this and this to be the exact same color, since you've already done the first one, you can highlight them both, right click, color from catalog. It'll default to whatever the first one is, which is the color I want, so I can just click it again, say OK, and this one will automatically turn. So let's look at it now. So there you see some of your shading in the white. Now we're going to go ahead and do some of the shading on the beard. It's not going to be, you know, as detailed, but I am going to do some. I'm going to take it up to about right here and then come back down and up this way. And I'll keep this at the same angle. Since it is a shading, I will do the no underlay. And I'll change my density to 6. Now, since I want this to be fairly close and color-wise, I'm going to make it the same color initially, so I can get it in that color family. But then this, I'm going to actually change the color, and I'm going to use this oyster color right here because it's very pretty and it looks the same. Whoops, I have this one at the wrong angle. I'm sorry. This was the -10. There we go. Now it's at the same angle. So it'll just shade on there just a little bit. Now we're going to go ahead and do the shading over here. Just quickly. I'm going to put my start point here, my end point here, remove my underlay, and this is the one that I'll be able to make -170. Generate the stitches. This is going to be the same color as the last one, the oyster. Actually, this one over here, I'm going to change my points really quick. This will be my start, and this will be my end. Now we have highlighting on both sides. So we will go up here to the hat. We will start building out on it. So this color will be the first color that we do. So let's just kind of go ahead and get this one done pretty quick. Oops. If you accidentally throw a note in there that you don't need when you're going to do your shaping, you can right click and it'll come up with delete, and it'll delete the last node that you laid down as long as you haven't touched another node. Because if you select another node, then it'll delete that one. And notice that we are doing the leaving a little bit of an overlay where we need to, so that we get good coverage. Color from the image, color from the catalog, like lilac. Now we're going to do this little highlighting area. This is going to be my endpoint. Take it on up here. Remove my underlay. Make my density to 6. Generate the stitches. Color from the image. Catalog. We will stick with the baby pink. There's also one up here that we will do. I know I want my endpoint to be down here. Move my underlay. Add my, or change my density to 6. Generate my stitches. It will be the same color as the one that we just did, so we will go ahead and make that color change. Next, we're going to be doing this outer band here, so we will just quickly start on it. This graphic image was purchased from Pretty Grafik on Etsy for the sole purpose of digitizing. So, again, we will leave a little bit of a overlap. See, I accidentally laid down another node. Right click, delete, and it's gone. Now I can grab my shaping move this over a little bit. I'm going to angle this down, say 10 degrees. Generate my stitches. Do my color from my image. Again, go ahead and select a true color from the catalog. I'm going to do this bigger pink right here now. Because there's another color, we're going to slightly overlap this a little bit. I'm going to change this to say 15 to, or minus 15. Let's see what it looks like. I can live with that. Color from the image. Do the catalog. I can do the bright pink. No, it's showing as the same color, so we will do a slightly different color here. We will go ahead and do Rosetta. Okay, now we're going to do the shading right here. So since I made this a minus 15, I'm going to make this the minus 15. Remove my underlap, change my density. I'm going to make it 6. Now, I want my endpoint to be right here, but this is kind of like a shaping node, so to turn this into a real node, I will right click on it and say insert, which will turn it into a node, and then I can place my endpoint right there. Generate my stitches. Color from the image. color from the catalog. It's fine. And the last thing that we need to do is this little band right here. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to select auto column for this. Whoops, before I do that, hold on a second. I'm going to make it 90 degrees and do auto column. I'm going to select a color from the image. Try to get one from the catalog now. Powder puff works for me. And there you have your little gnome design. It is digitized. It has your different shading on there. If you want to put the hearts in there, you can. Let's just go ahead and throw them in real quick. Since they are there, let's make it more of a little Valentine gnome. Almost done. And these two, the color that I want them to be is Marie Antoinette. It's a really pretty red color. So there you have it. There's your finished gnome. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you found something that you like, please like and subscribe. Come back later. I'll be doing more videos. Thanks very much. Bye.